Coaches, like I mentioned before, with our 838 and 949, our backside slot, when we have him coming in motion, he's going to be our horizontal stretch player with our pass route scheme right here. So he's going to come off the heels of the quarterback. He's going to flatten out at 5 yards, and we want him to stay flat until the ball takes him downfield. We don't want him to start turning downfield until the ball takes him downfield, because we want to create this separation between him, 5 yards in the backfield, and the defenders. And I'll talk about the value of that here in a second. So basically what we have here is we've got our rocket motion happening here. And in the mindset of these edge defenders right here, what's going to go through their mind is, okay, rocket motion's coming to me. And a lot of times they'll step up thinking it's rocket, and then they realize, oh, it's a play action pass. And typically a defender then is going to bail very quickly to try to get to depth, to get into a curl window, get underneath a flood scheme or something like that. So typically we'll have an outside linebacker, unless he's completely bid up on the swing right here. A disciplined outside linebacker is going to drop to about 8, 9, or 10 yards right here to try to take away any sort of curl window that we might have. And what that creates is that creates a 12-yard gap between one of our better athletes. Our slots are our best athletes, where our wide receiver might be our best straight line kind of guy. Our RH and our Z in our offense, these guys have good speed. They've got good hands. They're good receivers. But they're the players that have good shake in the open field. So what happens here is you've got 12 yards of distance between an outside linebacker, who might not be the best athlete in the world, against the best athletes on our offense right here. And what happens here is we're also, when the ball's thrown, we're catching the ball with our eyes downfield. Obviously, we want to look the ball in and see the ball, but our eyes are downfield. And I'll show you the difference in just a basic flat route here in a second. So if we are just running a typical flat route at 2 yards, which we do out of our trip set, what happens is that reduces that gap right here. So the ground to cover for an outside linebacker or a strong safety is just a few steps now. If we do throw the flat route right here, they can cover that very quickly if it's thrown. And the other piece of that is that when we are running to the sideline with a flat route, our eyes are back this way looking for the ball. It's not on the defender. We don't see the leverage of the defender. We don't know where the defender is. We don't know if he's right on our heels. Whereas with our swing route, we're catching the ball with our eyes downfield. We can see the leverage of the defender. Is he inside out? Is he outside in? Where do I need to make my move? And this really is the value of the swing pass in our offense here. So here's what it looks like right here on film. I'm going to show several clips of this. You can see right here, these defenders, they drop to about 10 yards right here. The line of scrimmage is here. They're at about 9, 10. We're on our swing route right here, and we're going to catch the ball right at about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. And you can see we've got 5, 10. We've got basically 14 yards of room right here. And even though they can close that gap right here, this is a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 right here. We've got one of our better athletes in space against an outside linebacker who might not have the same agility as our offensive player right there. We break a tackle, and all of a sudden we've got 11 yards. Here it is again right here from several years ago. And again, our quarterback's just going to set up. He's going to look at his primary route. If that's covered, then he's just going to check it down to a good athlete in space. Another one right here. And again, this swing route is it's a check down for us unless we pre-call it. And you can see right here, the defense has really bailed. This outside linebacker has just got his eyes on the quarterback, and we've already outflanked him right there. It's just a little drop off right there. Now we've got a good athlete in space. He makes a couple moves, makes some guys miss. And now we've got, a 20-some plus gain by a very simple pass to the sideline. Another one right here, going away from us. And this is really the mindset of these edge defenders right here. You can see this outside linebacker in this 4-4. He sees motion, he steps up, and then he's like, oh no, it's play action pass now. I've got to cover this guy. And now this inside linebacker is just too late to get to us, and now we've got a first down. Although right here from when I was at Lutheran, again, here's that gap. Here's that space right here. By the time we catch the ball, we've got 5, 10 yards, 12 yards of space, and I've got a good athlete in space that can get us a first down there. Another one right here. And we want them to idle down once they get to the hash mark. We don't want them to carry it all the way out to the numbers because we want it to be a pretty quick throw by our quarterback. And this is a good job by number 33 right here, idling down a little bit, catch the ball in space. And again, you got an athlete in space and an outside linebacker, strong safety. It's got to make a one-on-one tackle in space against him. Another one right here. Now this one here, our quarterback kind of holds the ball a little bit longer, scrambles out, and there's our swing who just turned it into a wheel right there because there was no one downfield. And then we'll pre-call this. So especially early in the game, we like to pre-call this where we'll go in motion. And this is one with our tailback right here. And you saw previously when I started talking about the swing where we had our H motioning here, but we'll have our players in space block for them. We want them to release a little bit like they're running a route, but then block for them in space. So that's out of a trip set with our tailback, but then we run that with our H and Z as well. So here it is with our H and Z right here. This would be with our Z. We're going to release. Our quarterback's going to look downfield, set up, draw the defense deep, hopefully, and then just check it down. And here's our front side slot who's getting a block for us right there on the edge. This brings us for a good little gain right there. And this one here, we just want our quarterback to look downfield, try to get the defense to think that we're looking downfield, and then just drop it off to our slot right here. It's a good job by our H out in front, getting another good block. And then if we're going to run it with our tailback to trips, same thing. Our quarterback's going to set up like he's looking downfield. And now we've got trips out in front. And now these guys are going to come out and block for him, for our tailback right there. And then also what we'll do is we will run our swing with a gut fake, and gut is our misdirection A-gap trap, if you've gone through that course there. And now this really puts the linebackers in a bind because they see this play action right here, and then we just swing it out to our motion man.
Coaches, I really hope you got some great information from that YouTube video. Again, hit the subscribe and like button down below. It gives us valuable data, and you also get notified when I upload new content to this channel. Thanks for watching, coaches.